Hello. Today we're going to show you how to flash the firmware on a Rockwell Automation Logix controller. To start, we will use Control Flash Plus software, which is right here. And before using this software, you do have to go to Rockwell's website to download the appropriate firmware. It's always a good idea to do that. So if we go to this tab called Manage Firmware, you can see what firmware revisions are installed. You can see the file path where they are located, and you can see that each firmware file has an file extension that says DMK. So when you download the firmware, as long as you place the DMK files in one of these locations, you'll be able to flash your processor. So we'll go back to Flash Devices, and the first thing you have to do is click on this icon here to browse the driver that you'd like to use. And for this, we'll just browse the Ethernet driver and hit OK. And now it's loading firmware kits. So here's our processor. We're going to be flashing a compact Logix L18. So you check the box. And currently it shows the IP address, what firmware is currently loaded, and we're going to flash to version 33. Now before you do a flash, make sure your processor is in program mode. That idles the processor, and that is the appropriate mode to flash the controller. If it's in remote run or run, the flash process will stop right away because the Control Flash software will not flash a currently running processor. So down at the bottom here, we hit Next. And then it just says, hey, there's a warning. Read and understand all warnings before you begin. And the warning for this is typical. It just says if there's a secure digital card locked and loaded on PowerUp, the update can be overwritten. We don't have an SD card in there, so we should be fine. So we'll go to the flash process right here and hit the flash button. It's saying it's pending. So now the processor has begun its flash process. Now this can take a while depending on the size of the firmware. So in the interest of time, we're going to speed up the time lapse. Okay, so now we can see that the flash process completed and it was successful. At this point, the processor is ready to accept a version 33 program. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.